Welcome, my Caribbean brothers and sisters, to our nation's capital. We are so honored to have you. You know, representing Central Florida, I would be amazed if we had a single island not represented in my community in Central Florida. And I think you know that with the Kissimmee Fusion Festival. But I want to start with a little personal matter that for many years I was honored to practice in what I like to call the Caribbean law firm, where myself and my Jamaican sister, Nicole McLaren, who is now on our ledge team, practiced chill but aggressive and always on time. You know, we need to let everybody know, right? We know there's a lot of challenges, particularly after Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Maria devastated so many islands across the Caribbean and Florida, including my family's native island of Puerto Rico. And we have over $90 billion in damages just in Puerto Rico. We're talking about 20-30 billion in Virgin Islands, and yet there was not enough funding. 18.9 billion, another 5 to 6 billion altogether to help out our brothers and sisters in the Virgin Islands and in Puerto Rico. So we know the challenge continues, not only to make sure that money flows, but to make sure that it flows efficiently. In addition, foreign aid is something that we have to continue to remind my peers about how important it is. This is about relationships. There are many islands in the Caribbean that were flattened, and those are families that are hurting. Those are businesses that couldn't be open. Those are electrical grids and hospitals and schools that need to be rebuilt. It's absolutely critical that we continue our commitment to working with our brother and sister nations in the Caribbean to make sure that that funding and that commitment is still there. We know, in addition, that closer to home, we have a lot of folks who have become, in my mind, true Americans, who have been here 10, 20 years under the TPS program. In Central Florida, we have a large Haitian population that are part of our community now. They've had children, even grandchildren, that have been born during this time period. And the island still hasn't fully recovered from the hurricane. So I'm a big believer that there should be an option for citizenship for our Haitian brothers and sisters, as well as others who have been affected and are here by TPS. That is another challenge that we still need to fight going forward. And you're in the right place. It is here in the halls of Congress that we can get additional hurricane relief. We can boost our foreign policy, foreign funding, and also make sure that we do the right thing and help out those families that are caught in limbo with TPS. But it's about jobs long term. Whether it is making sure, if you go to a supermarket in Central Florida, you'll see it called cassava, you'll see it called yuca, everybody's got their own name for it. Mangoes and papayas, you'll see all these different juices and any type of bean you could imagine, any type of yam you could imagine. Everybody's got their branded coffee. You get where I'm going with this. There is a huge market for Caribbean goods that represents the diversity of the Caribbean, and all these particular tastes that can land on shelves of Sedano's or Publix Sabores or our Walmart Marketplace or so many of the other supermarkets. So we want to be helpful. And we know right now, serving on the Agriculture Committee and being an area where our cows and oranges rival our people, especially as you get further south in the district, how big fortunes and jobs can be created in modern agriculture. It's not the making 5 cents a day cutting sugar that my grandfather left Puerto Rico to get additional opportunities. There's far more economic opportunities over the last couple generations with now agriculture getting really into the future and high tech. And so I want to work with all of you on and continue to open up markets. We know there's been tariffs and a trade war that's kind of happening, and it's affecting some of our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. We had members of the Dominican Republic come up, talk about how their steel was being blocked, and that steel is being used to help the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico recover. So we had to get involved along with Congressman Espaillat and others to allow the Dominican Republic to seek exemptions. But this is going to be an issue right now that we all need to stick together on. So in any of the various islands that you all are representing, any of the various countries you all are representing, or in our territories in the Caribbean, if there are hindrances to trade, you need to let us know. Don't assume we always know, because I believe the long-term prosperity always will be not made, like our member of the parliament mentioned, from Curacao, from the ABC Islands, right? That's beautiful island. My gosh, I gotta get back there soon. You just remind me of fond memories. But it's ultimately in economic development and jobs and access to education. That is ultimately continued prosperity, so that everybody can live a good life and provide for their families and have a job that allows them to do so. So welcome to our nation's capital. One love. We welcome all of you, and come down to Central Florida, or up to Central Florida for some of you, and spend some money. We love you guys. Welcome.